Hey guys, how you doing? Sim UK, and today I'm just running off the headphone mic set because I use my big microphone, my main microphone gets in the way of all the cameras. We've got a Bravo throttle here, and we've got a Bravo yoke down here. We've also got a couple of side tech panels. What's cool is that using the two together, although they're both autopilot displays, if I change something on here, you can see it's changing on the SciTech panel, which is really cool. I definitely like that, because one thing that the Bravo throttle is missing is that digital display. So the ability to swap and change everything using this is just beautiful. So I can use either. Now, I've got some problems with this game, just one or two serious problems, which is why I pretty much haven't had any kind of footage on the game pretty much since it came out. So, how do I turn the lights on? Cabin lights off. You can see they don't go in. You see that? This is just one of the things that I just cannot stand with this game. I think I've just discovered something stupid. So, because the type of button this is, switching it on gains the button. So, do you know what? I think this is reading that wrong, because now that works, but in order to bind it, you've got to turn it on and off. So effectively pressing the button down and releasing it. That's not how these buttons are supposed to be working. So that's interesting. I've literally just figured that out. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go to the stuff that's assigned, okay? So you can see we've got mixture 1 on the mixture. We have got propeller on the prop, and we've got throttle on the throttle. So pretty much that's everything you need for a basic aircraft, right? Let's apply and save, go back, resume. Now I can turn the lights on, theoretically. No, that doesn't work. So that definitely has cabin lights on. What about panel lights? Toggle cabin lights. Let's try that as well. We'll stick a whole bunch of buttons on just to see if we can get some lights in this aircraft. That's not doing a damn thing. That's not doing a damn thing. That's not doing a damn thing. So I cannot turn the lights on at all in this aircraft. I'm sure it has a light. Right, let's bring some daylight in. That should help. Right, okay. So I've shown you that these work in the setup menu, but you can quite clearly see that no matter what I do here, we haven't got the right camera on at the moment, but no matter what I'm doing here with the throttle and the mixture, etc., it is not being translated into the sim at all. Even my steering isn't working at this point. Yes, World Update USA, we know. Elevation data updates, 50 points of interest, yes. I mean, they missed some big places, didn't they? They got some places really badly wrong. One extra bush trip, one extra discovery flight. I want to do some bush trips, actually. That's on my to-do list. Right. So let's try again. We can go from Dublin, Donegal. Kind of like going as far north as possible. But it's not in daylight, so let's just fix that. Doesn't get a lot of daylight up there, I guess. Rain, snow. That's what we're looking for. Bit of snow. You can see all my dials, everything's come on. I would say everything's working, but it's not. Right, so we've got some light. So Right, okay, now we've got that dodgy halfway it goes in and then it comes back out again once we get to maximum. Do you see that? Now nobody seems to be having that problem. See how it's permanently trying to force its way back out? Now, I think I know what's causing that. All right? It's this. So I think it's got something to do with this. That would make sense. So that reverser thing is no longer on there. Okay? Let's see if that's what was causing the problem. Go back, resume, throttle up. There's a... Okay, it's not doing it now. So definitely the throttle reverse, throttle reducer, whatever the button was, that was definitely causing that, so that's worth noting. The mixture, still doing it. So what is causing the mixture to do that? All right, let's go to preset manager. Let's delete this. Okay, so we're now on default. This is definitely now default. Right, now I think there's been a bug with dual propellers set up. See, look, I've got a toggle feather switch going on down there. So, okay. So we're supposed to come down to the detent and not beyond it. Right, okay. So that's axis 2 and that is axis 1. Right, okay. So, exactly the same as the default setup. Now, the problem with this is, of course, that because I've got this down, that is now trying to feather the second engine, which is not good because we don't have a second engine. So it shouldn't technically affect us, but it is sending information to the game saying, hey, do this input. So things like that you're going to have to sort out. That's throttle axis 1. This is set up as default. This is straight out of the box. This is what Honeycomb and Microsoft recommend, all right? Does it work this time? Please work this time. No, still doesn't work. Do you see the problem I'm having? This is default setup. Okay, this is not me configuring with it. This is the default setup. And I think it's to do with this. I think it's this second mixture throttle. Yeah, do you see? Now, I've spoken about this bug many times before. When you have dual engines, but let me just explain this too, because not everybody's going to understand that immediately. I'm sure those of you who are hardcore sim fans will get exactly what I'm saying right from the get-go. See how the throttle's doing the same thing? So let me show you this. This is a great bit of kit, all right? This is a Microsoft issue, and it's one that I've highlighted since the game first came out, and they haven't fixed it, right? This system is set up for dual engines, twin props, okay? But we've only got one. This is engine 1, so when I bring engine 1 up to 100%, because engine 2 is at 0%, it's trying to cut that engine out. That is a major problem, and I'll prove that that is what the problem is, because if I put engine 2 up to maximum, then I don't have that problem. It's still doing it. Not touching anything. Do you see the problems we're having here? This is why I haven't been making any content, because every time I try, this is what I end up having to put up with. Right, let's put everything at the top. But that fixes the mixture when I do that, but it doesn't fix the throttle. The throttle is really broken. Something is stopping the throttle. Let's just bring this up as well. See if that's causing any conflict. That seems to be it. So what seems to be happening is that the unused throttle levers are being registered in the game, even though they're not bound to engine 1. Hey, right. So let's go full mixture, see if we can start the engine for the first time since I've sat here. Unbelievable. All this time and effort for that. And I should theoretically be able to fly now, but for the fact that I can't remember what my handbrake button is. Excuse me. According to this, we have nothing set for the parking brake. So what can we use for the parking brake? What seems like all these buttons, nothing for a handbrake. I'm going to try binding this button. It's probably already bound to something. You have to turn it on and then turn it off. So because I've changed something, so that's interesting. Because I've changed anything from the default, it will immediately create a new profile. That actually, I mean, that does make sense. So I'm not. All right, so I got the sneakiest suspicion that just turns it on and doesn't toggle at all. Parking. Toggle parking brake. That's what I meant to. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. That's my fault. Okay. Right, now, as far as I can tell, that is putting the handbrake on and off, on and off, on and off. So that button input is not good. We're going to hit these trees. Oh my god. That little bounce probably saved our lives. If I could just... Oh my god! Oh, it's ice. Well, that was very fortunate, wasn't it? Right. Is it ice? Sure as hell looks like ice. Maybe it's just shallow. Right, so that didn't go particularly well. The handbrake appears to be going on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, like that. So let's reset. This is why I don't make any content on this game. If I could set everything up and leave it set up and not have to worry about it, you know, just come back to it whenever I want, and it'd be fine. It's the whole putting it together, putting it away, then all of these problems. It's just too much. It's too much stress and aggravation. Right, so what was it? Oh yeah, the handbrake. Right, can I get rid of this yoke? Thank you. Where is the handbrake? There's the handbrake. And so randomly it's worked this time. But what is that noise? Get the flaps up. Definitely a noise of some sort, isn't there? Is it just windy? Is that what? I don't know. Okay, so it wasn't the handbrake going on and off. I think maybe I must have put the handbrake back on. But you understand, right, that all the stress and the problems that I've had to get to this point, now everything just feels like a problem. And quite rightly too, because now I'm in that state of mind. Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Right, let's get the flaps down. Get our throttle back. Yoke back, sorry. Brakes on. Maximum throttle. Ease off. Right, so what you're telling me now is that is actually on. That is on. So let's release it. Let's try again. Full throttle. Release the brakes. That's very, very slow acceleration, is it not? I mean, it very much feels like that noise to me sounds like the brakes going on and off. Don't hit the floor. Okay, good. I mean, that was nothing short of horrific, but we are up and flying. And seeing as that was the whole point of today, was to just do a bit of flying, you know, I'm actually grateful that we're actually off the flipping ground and flying in this wonderful, perfect flying weather. Right, let's get these flaps up. So I can see slightly less than bugger all, and I can see the ice is forming on the windshield already. Windscreen, as they say in England. But yeah, I can see precisely nothing, and I'm not IFR trained, nor am I IFR capable. And at the moment we're pitching up so high. Now we're pitching down really low. Wow, oversensitive much. Let's try getting some trim in here. So we're at 500 feet, which in this mountainous area is surely not enough.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, is type Cessna Skyhawk, 2 miles north of Kilo Echo Bravo. Request, flight following.
Request flight following. Right, so I'm going to turn left here because I saw something. And that's the situation we're in. I've lost it already. I just briefly saw some land. There it is. So I'm just going to follow this and see if we can't find ourselves something, because I think we were heading out to sea there. I didn't really look to see where we were in relation to the rest of the planet. We're about as north as you can possibly get. And it looks gorgeous. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Maybe we'll just go on a pleasure flight. Should we just go on a pleasure flight? Let's just... I mean, it took me so long to get the bloody thing off the ground. Hey, look at my speedo. I have no speedo. Is that because the pedo tube is frozen? Christ, that was quick. Is the pedo heat on? I have no idea. I mean, this is pretty cool. Look at that, what we flew through. It's amazing that we're not dead already. I'm going to have to gain some altitude here. This yoke is really sensitive, and I think it's going to take a bit of getting used to. Having flown with my Cytec side panel, my Cytec Pro flight system for so long, I'm not going to know that we're going to stall until we stall. I feel like we're going to stall any second here. Oh my word, this is close. Perilous. Yeah, we're dropping. I'm assuming the we're gonna have to turn here. We can't make that. We cannot make that. I'm assuming that the old stall warning is going off. Oh, can I turn? Can I turn? Run for the sea, run for the sea. Come on, come on. Okay. Whoa, big tree, big tree. It's a shame that trees don't cause collisions, isn't it? Sometimes it is. Oh look, whales! Not whales. Is it like ice caps or something? Ice caps, icebergs. Right, come on aircraft, give me some Stable flight, for goodness sakes. So yeah, guys, I mean, this isn't a planned flight. This isn't... I'm not even being serious. I just haven't played any flight sim for ages. Since October. Since the beginning of October, I haven't flown once. Is that actually working? According to that, we're diving. What the hell is going on with this aircraft? Oh, that is not working. Oh, it is working, but my God, it's slow. Okay, now I've gone too far. So we got semi-level flight. Let's just fly around and see what we can do in this area, which isn't going to be a lot, considering the aircraft we're in and the conditions we're in. But you know, the wife and kids are out. I wanted to fly a little bit, so here we are flying. I could turn my taxi light off, landing lights off, conserve some battery power. So this is going to result in a crash landing, but we're going to have a go anyway. We have no speedo. We have RPM in this aircraft. We do, and we're like 26, 27. I mean, we're maximum throttle. We're climbing at 500. 1,000 feet a minute. That's not going to be enough. Yeah, we just don't have the legs for this, do we? If I can just climb at 100 feet a minute, we might be able to just skim over this bit, but I mean, that's a major maybe. 500 feet per minute, still not enough. We don't have a prop here to adjust the prop. Oh God. Hey, that's okay, we'll drive up. By the pedals. Look at this, we got some dirty pots. I know that's quite normal. Okay if they're a bit dirty at one end. This one has never had a spring on it. This one has a spring on it, which makes it shut off perfectly. This one has never had a spring, so that's probably why it's doing that. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think there's a big issue. And you can see that if I press the bottom of the pedal, it definitely takes the brakes off, right? Okay, so I need to put a dead spot on that left one. Brakes, reverse, reverse. Yeah, now they're fully on. I have to push them down to release. I tried to make a video today and it just ended up being grief and frustration. So yeah, we've got the issue with the Bravo throttle, the secondary inputs, and it's not just the Bravo throttle, so it's not the throttle that's suffering from it, because I had exactly the same issue with my Cytec throttle quadrants. It's got nothing to do with the Bravo, it's all to do with the sim. Absolutely 100% everything to do with the sim, and that's really quite disappointing. But do you know what, I'm going to leave it up for a couple of days and see if we can't get some things fixed and maybe make some videos. But these are the problems I am constantly facing, and it's just an uphill struggle. You know, before I'm happy to get serious with the game has to get serious with itself. It has to start delivering realism. Oh, look at that, it automatically shuts my flight down. That's so interesting. It didn't do that before, I'm sure. Okay. So okay, I've got some work to do. and I don't want to waste any more of your time. So thank you so much for watching. I hope maybe this was enlightening or entertaining or something. I don't know. I just hope it wasn't a nightmare for you. Hopefully, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye for now.